And he's going to be hoping that Augusto Fernandez can play the perfect wingman behind the scenes. 140.064 is the best from Quartararo,
it's difficult because
Yuki, Yamaha and for Aprilia. If he was to make it four different brands, well, that would be a unique. Keep up the good work, both at KTM
Thank you.
and with Dazo, because I heard, well, I know that you do a fantastic job for
Thank
both.
You very much,
it's
guys.
great
Thank
to
you.
see you. A pleasure to have you.
My pleasure.
Enjoy. Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Fantastic, isn't it, to get the thoughts of a guy and a rider who's still very much involved in the MotoGP World Championship. To be brutal on the brain and body next year.
If there's one media scrum I think I'm going to be quite keen to attend once we're off the air in an hour and a half or so from now, it's Somkiat Chantra's, just to hear what he thinks and what the MotoGP experiences has left for him. He has just improved himself, actually. He's 23rd at the moment on your screens, 141.295. But Lucio Cecchinello said to us, if he's within around 2.5 seconds of the fastest lap time of the day, he's done a good job. That is exactly where he currently is.
He's done a top speed in this test, Chantra, 342.8 kilometres. Fermin Aldeguer 347.2. Aldeguer also a 347.2. You just know the first time those rookies wound the power up to top gear down that start thing, they felt like their arms were being ripped out of the sockets. 347.2 kilometres an hour. Fermin Aldeguer and Aldeguer have never come anywhere. Once again, a brief experience there on board with Jorge Martín. I was hoping we might just follow him around this Barcelona. It will be thrown at 5 p.m. local time. 15 minutes practice start session, which will immediately follow today's action, which we will be staying live on air for, to make sure that the last motorcycle on track is the last one which we will see in 2024. Of course, I'm sure the practice start session will be very important for, in particular, the rookies.
I think we can do quite a good job.
I was just going to say, what have been or what were the first impressions? What was the initial feedback from both Marco and from Jorge?
They both reported very similar comments. They felt quite a nice bike on braking and entry, good on turning. It's overall a bike that is seems to be a bit more difficult to repeat the lap times, and we need to work to have a repeatable
gravel trap. That's how he ended up there. Of course, so much of the talk has been about Jorge Martín, about the world champion.
Totally free choice. He will decide. I don't know, there's no pressure for that, but the fact that we have the world champion, it's already a big motivation for us.
And the situation in terms of the specification of the bikes in 2025.
Sunsets on 2024. Alex Marquez goes into the winter fastest at the Barcelona test. Fabio Quartararo for Yamaha and Morale boosting second. The future factory Ducati teammates of Pecco Bagnaia and Marc Márquez third and fourth. Raul Fernandez top Aprilia fifth ahead of Brad Binder, Frankie Morbidelli to VR46, Alex Rins, Pedro Costa and Johan Zarco your top 10. World champion Jorge Martín in 11th. Is that the last time for a year at least that we see him run the 89? Maverick Viñales on his KTM debut 12th ahead of Marco Bezzecchi, Aleix, Espargaro and Joan Mir. Enea Bastianini had a big crash this afternoon, went back out on track and set the 16th fastest time. Miguel Oliveira for Pramac Yamaha 17th and seemed pretty happy when he caught up with Jack. Luca Marini 18th from Michele Pirro, and the first row rookies Fermin Aldeguer.